Our top batter for our startup pitch competition is Joselito Barquez from Blood Hero. Let's welcome him to the stage.
December 1997, I got afflicted with dengue. I was in critical condition that time and need to undergo blood transfusion. Unfortunately, I realized that the hospital does not have enough blood supply when the doctor had to advise my family to look for blood elsewhere. Thankfully, through the generosity of the donors who took their time to visit and shared their blood, I was able to survive that ordeal. Yet 20 years have passed, we are still in that same scenario. For a country like the Philippines that does not have a centralized blood bank system, whenever a patient needs blood, they have to ask their family and friends to donate. Yet most of the time, their friends and family are not eligible nor have the compatible blood type. So, the patient has no other option but to look for other blood donors. And if they still don't get enough, they reach out to friends of friends and then call on other friends and so on. While the search for blood takes days and even weeks, the patient goes weaker and weaker. By that time enough donors were gathered, it is too late. Based on the recommendation of World Health Organization, blood donation by 1% of the population is needed to meet a nation's most basic requirement for blood. In other words, for a country like the Philippines, with more than 100 million population, it needs over 1 million units of blood annually to ensure supply will not run out. Yet our 2016 data shows that we have a gap of 83,000 units, and that translates to around 35,000 patients that were not being given the blood needed immediately. It is for this reason that we developed Blood Hero, which is a social platform that makes life-saving blood available to people who need it. Based on the feedback that we got from the Philippine Blood Center, among the first users of this platform, their donor retention rate has increased to 23% due to the constant notification, education, and information that their donors have been receiving from the Blood Hero platform. Before, hospitals have to check their donor compatibility and eligibility through Excel sheet. If qualified, gets the contact number of these donors, then sends blood requests to them manually through SMS. Yet this whole process takes more than 10 minutes. Now, the platform makes it more efficient for hospitals to send requests in less than 2 minutes with 100% accuracy on search for donor compatibility and eligibility. From our current number of users, our target is to increase that to 50,000 by the end of this year. Now, to tap volunteer blood donors, especially the young generations, we've come up a game-like platform with badges named after our heroes. For example, if you donated between 1 and 8 units of blood, you get the Lapu badge. Between 65 and 71 units, you get the Luna badge, and our highest badge, named after our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, at 100 plus blood donation units. Now, allow me to show you a glimpse on how the Blood Hero app works through this infographic video. The Blood Hero app empowers the unsung heroes of blood donation. Now, volunteers can actively participate and cooperate with hospitals whenever blood is needed. Each volunteer called the Blood Hero has its own account. A Blood Hero gets notified through the app when there is a need for their exact blood type, together with the hospital's name and contact number where their blood is needed. Each blood donation they make is then recorded and is displayed on the Blood Hero's profile. Through the quick dissemination of information to the Blood Heroes, the process of collecting blood for the patient in need is much quicker. Aside from saving lives, Blood Hero can also expect other benefits when they volunteer. When the Blood Hero or someone they know is in need of blood, they can search for their blood bodies through the app and directly ask for compatible blood donations. Blood Hero also have the capability to customize their profile together with their contact information and notification settings. Blood Hero, committed to life. Now, we are starting in the Philippines. Think of what it can do to other developing countries. Imagine how many lives it can save globally. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Joselito at Blood Hero. We have time for one question and one question only from the judges. Do you guys have a microphone over there? Yes, the power.
After how many modifications, pivots, did you come up with this gamified version you have now?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. Actually, several things already. We've come up almost over 10 modifications already, because we've started the research and development way back in 2012. So we are also developing this platform based on the policies that is being considered here with the hospitals in the Philippines. So as you see, the Philippine blood system is not centralized. So we have to adapt to that system.
That's one question. All right, let's give Blood Hero a big round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Ugo Weyl from We Reward. Please give him a big round of applause.
CEO and co-founder of We Reward. So today I'm going to present to you our solution for all flight disruptions. So let's start by going to a trip to Paris together for a minute. You arrive at the airport with your family. Your kids have been expected this 1 week holiday for a long time. The excitement is visible. You're ready to get on board that plane when the airline representative announces a 5 hours delay, or even worse, a cancellation. How did you feel? Angry? Pissed? You are not alone. It is a big problem. Last month only, 1 million passengers experienced a similar situation, and it is not going anywhere. With the air traffic increase, the airline operations have never been under more pressure than today. At We Reward, we empower travelers to make the most of their journey by creating the most customer-centric application in the world. Our first mission is to ensure that passengers suffering delays or cancellation get the right support and can get the compensation they are entitled to. So today I want to talk to you about how we're solving those problems and why you should not miss the chance in joining us in rethinking the traveling world in a true customer-focused way. So I want to talk to you about a friend of mine, Bob. Bob was supposed to come to HackOsaka to pitch his startup. When he arrived at the airport, he realized his flight got canceled. So my first question is, what would you do if you were Bob? There were two scenarios. First scenario, like 90% of the people, you do not know your rights. Then you get no ticket reimbursement, no food, drinks, or internet, and no compensation for your cancellation. Second scenario, you know your rights. Let's stop here for a minute and understand what those rights are. Many countries have their own regulation, but today we're going to focus on the European regulation, which We Reward is an expert in. So for any flight cancellation or delay more than 3 hours, you're eligible to $700 for any flight departing from the European Union or any flight arriving in the European Union operated by a European airline. So now let's go back to Bob that want to claim his compensation. He faces two major problems: the complex procedures with tons of paperwork to fill in, and the negative answers from the airline or denial. This leads to an average wasted time of 5 hours and a low success rate of only 10%. Actually, there is a third scenario, We Reward. We address those problems by having a really easy 3-minute online form that you can fill in with all your flight information. Then we check your eligibility, we negotiate with the airlines, and we go to court for you if necessary. We do all that with a no-win, no-fee policy, meaning you do not need to pay anything up front, and we take a 25% commission on the money collected. So we launched 6 months ago, and so far we've had clients from all over the world. We've dealt with more than 80 airlines at the moment. Just in January, we claimed $160,000, and we also have the best rating on Google and Facebook with a 4.9 out of 5 average rating. So what about the future? At We Reward, we do not think that fighting with airlines is sustainable. This is why we want to partner with them, enabling a faster compensation process for our client and an improvement in our customer satisfaction. This is why we built our solution, We Reward Prime. So how does it work? It's really easy. You buy your ticket on the airline website. Then you get offered the possibility to subscribe for only $5 to our solution. And if your flight gets canceled or delayed, we pay your full compensation with 0% fee within a week. And what's in for the airline? We share this subscription cost to the airline, with the airline to bring them auxiliary revenues. We're the first company that built a product that could both benefit the airline and the client. So what's next for us? Right now, we are currently looking for our second round of funding of $2 million, and any advice to help us achieve scale and reach our 10,000 customers by the end of Q3. We're also looking for, to partner with Japanese airlines and an insurance company here in Japan in order to launch our solution, We Reward Premium, by the end of the year here in Japan. So next time you have a flight disruption, delay, or cancellation, don't forget to think about us. And if that has already happened to you, our Japanese website is already waiting for you. Arigato.
All right, thank you very much, Ugo. And We Reward. Time for your one question.
All right, I'll put two things in it. Number one, is it only budget airlines? Or, I mean, is it only normal airlines? Do you cover budget airlines? Number one. And number two is, how is this scalable in terms of regulations in different countries?
So we can claim compensation to any airlines. In fact, the regulation applies to all the European Union, regardless of the airline and regardless of the nationality of the passenger. So any flight, as long as it's departing from the EU or arriving in the EU operated by a European airline, there it's entitled to compensation. So if tomorrow you go from Paris to Osaka with ANA, then we're going to claim to ANA the compensation. And in terms of scaling up, it's exactly the same regulation in 30 countries. So that's why it's a really huge market with around 3% of the flights that are eligible to compensation.
All right, well done. Thank you very much. Definitely a huge headache in travel not being looked at enough. Our next speaker up is Haruumi Shiode from Nature Remo. Please come on stage. Let's welcome him.
Hi everyone, my name is Haruumi. I'm the CEO and founder of Nature. We make Nature Remo that transforms your old air conditioner to a smart air conditioner. This small white device is Nature Remo. We just launched this device last October, and I just wanted to watch a quick video to explain what Nature Remo does. So it's a very simple device, and Remo is connected with your home Wi-Fi, and it communicates with your smartphone via the internet. And it sends an infrared signal to communicate with your air conditioning unit. Remo works with hot devices such as Google Home and Amazon Echo, and you can control your air conditioner with your voice. Not just air conditioner, but also the TV and ceiling light, as long as those unit comes with infrared remote control. what our customer says. So our customer loves the product. This is the article that was just published at the end of last year. And what it says is the combination of Google Home and Nature Remo is too comfortable. My very personal best buy in 2017 can't even think about my life without them. And he's not the only one. This is another article about Nature Remo. It says the best partner with smart speaker. So the smart speaker excitement has just started. And this is a figure in the US. In Japan, we are like a few years behind. So the smart speaker excitement has just started. So in Japan, more than 100 million of air conditioners are installed. And this number is 10 times bigger globally. However, most of those air conditioning units are not smart and it's not connected to the internet. So since the launch, we have already earned over 1 million as a revenue, and our sales has been tripled compared to the first month. Moreover, at the beginning of last month, we started selling at the Big Camera, and one of the largest retail stores in Japan, and this is how it is represented. You can easily find it at the section of Google Home. So in order for us to even scale faster, we just closed $1 million round from the Diver Corporate Investment. So we are a team of engineers and designers, and myself, I have energy and IT background. I used to work in the power industry for 5 years when I was in Mitsui. We started with Nature Remo because the AC peak demand is huge. It is equivalent to 26 nuclear power plants. And we are already working with Kansas Electric to use this Nature Remo, not just for smartening your air conditioner, but also for managing the peak demand. Air conditioner is just the beginning for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Haruumi. All right, let's give it over to the judges for your one question.
I really personally like this one because I really want to use it at home. My question is that what is the challenge you actually see in expanding your business in Japan?
So as a startup, the marketing is one of the biggest challenges because there's a bunch of electronics company in Japan. So we have to find a way that we can scale with a minimum marketing expenses. That we are working together with Google. So they are putting a bunch of money to spread the devices. But we are putting this device next to the Google Home so that people can just understand and then like see this device when they come to the electronic stores to buy the Google Home.
Okay, that's our one question. Thank you very much, Haruumi. Nature Remo, it's great to see IoT making dumb devices smart and save the world. Next up, we have Vincent Wu from Yiyuan. Let's welcome him to the stage.
Okay. So I'm Vincent Wu. I come from Shenzhen, China. We formed a company called Yiyuan Technology last year. We are focusing on doing AI models to do skincare treatment or some quality assessment. And since we formed the company, we achieved some results in the medical image path. And for example, we are the national winner for the among 3,000 teams in the non-nodule detection from the CT image. And also we work with the birth hospitals in China for capsule endoscopy video analysis. And also several months ago, we attended a contest between the AI and the real doctor. Our AI can outperform the doctors for the cervical cell classification. But our strongest interest and area lies in the facial skin quality analysis. And to do that, we hire many experienced dermatologists and ask them to label more than 10 million face images to ask them to distinguish the the skin disease types. And currently we can provide API, SDK, and some OEM products. And our team has a very good, very strong technical background. I studied in Tsinghua and finished my postdoc in Leeds University on machine learning. And many of the teams come from the Internet Giant, the Tencent company. And speaking of the market challenge, actually, we are very short of dermatologists in China. And if we just focus on the facial skin, actually, we are actually referring to the cosmetology industry. And there is a number at the projection about the market size in China is about $200 billion US dollar by 2020 in China for the cosmetology industry. But unfortunately, we are very short of practitioners. We have 14 million cosmetology practitioners in China, but only 1 over 400 of them are professional doctors. So that's why we want to introduce AI to enhance their professionalism. Here we can find some pioneer companies, such as the Modiface in the US. But our company follow a different approach. We collect data very large scale, and then do segmentation and landmarking learning, and some based on the supercomputer to do many types of facial skin. For example, we build some apps based on iOS, Android, and even WeChat widget to collect data. And some of them can even try the widget to get answers. And we developed our own landmark algorithms to introduce more landmarks. And we developed some newly methods such as the RCN to pinpoint the position and the disease type of face skin. And we launched the API service in the Alibaba healthcare platform, and which adopts a pay-per-coin business model. We also sell SDK to our clients on a license fee model. The clients can, based on the API or SDK, to build apps or products which can distinguish the age or the face skin quality, and also the face skin problems. And also currently we are joint to work with a manufacturer locally, and also we will bring a product this year in the Beauty World Japan in May. And to summarize, we are the #1 and the first and the best in delivering dermatology diagnosis AI in China with 150 clients, and also we are the first to deliver the skincare AI SDK, and we are expecting to embed the SDK into 2 million handsets in China. And here we list some of our core partners, and we are looking forward to some Japan partners to further enhance our models and put it into the real use. And thanks.
Okay, thank you, Vincent and Yiyuan. Let's get ready for your question.
So if you could have cured my acne when I was a teenager, I'd be all over it. But it seems that you and your team have done lots of AI image processing research in a number of health fields. You had lung cancer example at the beginning. And some of your presentation looked like you're maybe looking to build a consumer app for people to self-diagnose or choose cosmetics. And the overall sense, it was hard for me to get a sense of what's your core target market and business model and value proposition to whom. So if you could be very clear about where the value is, who you're planning to sell it to, and sort of what's the core focus of the company as you build your business.
Okay, we adopt a business model, just a 2B business model, not to consumer. So we provide API and SDKs to many professional cosmetology shop or some cosmetology manufacturers. and empower them to embrace the image processor and AI and by integrating our API and SDK. So that's just to solve the problem of because we have so many cosmetology practitioners in China, but they are very short of professionalism. That's what we aim to.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Vincent. This AI technology will sure to improve our healthcare system. Next up, we have Tania Suares from Eye Control. Let's welcome her to the stage. Clap.
Today, I'm going to be speaking to you on behalf of a community who cannot express their needs.
ALS patients like me and other locked-in people cannot move and cannot talk. We might all have perfect minds, but we're locked in our bodies. The current communication devices cost thousands of dollars, and the lucky few who can afford them still can't use them in a variety of situations. When not in front of the screen, including laying down in bed and whenever they leave the house. Eye Control is here to change this reality, to change our story. The people at Eye Control are creating a revolutionary device that allows locked-in people to speak using only their eyes at a fraction of the cost, so they can say what's on their mind anytime, anywhere.
There are more than 1 million ALS and other locked-in patients worldwide, and sadly, this number is growing. These patients have full cognitive abilities, but they're locked within their bodies. The current communication devices for them are very expensive, and because they require a screen, the users are not able to communicate in various situations throughout their day, for example, immediately upon waking, while in the bathroom, or during transport. The Eye Control device has 3 advantages over our competitors. Number 1, it's wearable, so that the patient has access to communication 24/7. Number 2, it is affordable, making it more accessible to all patients. And number 3, it is simple to use. The Eye Control device does not require a screen. Instead of the visual feedback, the patients are receiving an audio feedback. The patients are able to hear their chosen communication before sending it to an output speaker. The device enables 3 levels of communication, from sending an alert signal all the way to composing a full sentence, and it can connect to your smartphone.
Hi, my name is Shiode, and I am satisfied for life. What you see now is the first time in the world the locked-in patient independently communicating without a screen. Thank you.
We are already working with patients, and we've completed a successful clinical trial at Rambam Hospital showing the safety and ease of use of our device. Now let's talk a little bit about the assistive technology market. This market is growing every year by 5 to 10%. In 2016, the current market leader reported revenues of nearly $100 million. And this is with a market penetration rate of less than 10%. These low penetration levels leave a gap in the market that we at Eye Control intend to fill. The locked-in patients market isn't our only market. If you can imagine being in an intensive care unit and not being able to communicate with the medical staff. In the United States and Europe alone, nearly 10 million patients are admitted into ICU departments every year. Nearly 40% of those patients are temporarily unable to communicate with medical staff. Enabling better communication provides a cost savings to the hospitals, but more importantly, it leads to better patient care. The company holds strong IP on the technology of the device. And as you can imagine, this technology reaches into the growing fields of image processing and eye tracking. Our team all has a close relationship to ALS patients. Shai Rishoni is a businessman, a pilot, an Ironman, and he's an ALS patient himself. He's the president of the ALS NGO, Prize for Life. The relationship that we've had with him has opened the gates for us to the ALS community and he's helped advise us on the technology that we need to include in our device. Or Redskin, our CEO, is a major in the Navy Reserves. He's worked for PwC and Tel Aviv University and holds degrees in accounting, finance, and physics. Our CTO, Itai Kornberg, has worked for HP and NetApp and has over 5 years' experience volunteering with the patients. We've been honored to receive many awards and recognitions from around the world. And just this past year, we were named one of the top 3 life-changing technologies by the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I'm proud to be part of the iControl team, and together, we'll bring a voice back to the locked-in community. Thank you.
Thank you, Tania and iControl. Let's move to the judges for your question.
I covered it all.
I really liked the technology and also the concept of helping the patients. And I also believe in this technology will change the life of the patients. And can you tell us a little bit about the plans to commercialize the technology and also the plans to maybe distribute your products to the end user?
We're currently finishing our standards testing in order to receive the necessary certifications. In the second quarter of this year, we plan to be in the market in the UK. We're going to follow that up with the United States. We're not just looking at like I said, the locked-in patient market, but also into integrating within hospital systems. So patients that are temporarily locked in will have an ability to access an emergency call button or communicate with their medical staff.
Okay, thank you very much. The Diving Bell and the Butterfly is an inspirational story, and we're looking forward to more inspirational stories from iControl. Next up, we have Christie Jung from Travelio.com. Let's welcome her.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christie. I'm a co-founder of Travelio.com. So who do we really are? Let's go straight to the point. Okay. So we're an online home rental provider. Currently, we're still serving Indonesian domestic and inbound markets. We're offering non-hotel-based service for short-term, which is daily, weekly, and monthly. So the easiest way to actually explain it is we are like, I'm sorry, I have to mention a brand. We are like an Airbnb, but we offer a managed service, an additional value, property management service, which we are doing end-to-end from distribution channel, which is marketing, up until cleaning the rooms, serving the guests, check-in, check-out, and customer relations. And these are some lists of our investors. Okay, so what actually problems that we are trying to solve here? There are 2 sides as a service company. One is a supply side, and the other one is demand. As from the supply side, we are trying to help homeowners, individual investors like you and me. Now, questions is why can't we do it ourselves? First, we have limited distribution channel. We have limited knowledge in hospitality and professionalism. And the moment we decide to buy that investment property, we incur a monthly sunk cost. And the biggest thing that is not listed here is, will we give up our daily job just to look after one investment property? The other one that we look after is the developer by helping them to untap the short-term rental market and also helping their secondary investors to rent out the properties. The other biggest one is the demand, of course, and it's on the tenant side. Now, why do tenants choose to stay with us rather than going back to an original hotel? We offer more value for money, bigger space. We have the kitchen, the living room, the laundry room, everything that a home can offer. But on top of that, we still maintain a standard hotel quality, which what you will expect from a hotel, a fresh, white, hotel quality linen. Because the worst thing that you want is to stay at someone's house and sleep in the filthy linen. And we also offer standard amenities and food and beverage like hotel do. This is just a bit of stats in Jakarta Greater City. This will blow your mind. There are 210 established units in Jakarta Greater City, of which 45% of them are still empty. meaning there are 100,000 empty units, owners crying for help because they are paying monthly sunk costs and their unit is not receiving any income at all. And that is equal to 1,000 hotel buildings. That's the potential just in Jakarta greater city. So our business model, we take contracts from B2C customer, individual owners like you and me, operator contracts, so we manage a high-rise one whole building, primary contracts, which is developer unsold units, and also unfurnished units. At the moment, we're serving Indonesia, which is the 4th largest population in the world. And last year, we closed the year with 3,300 properties all around Indonesia. And this year, with the new round of funding, we're planning to close it at 13,000 properties around Indonesia. This is just some company milestone that happens last year with interesting facts that our average booking has 4.95 room nights per booking compared to the hotel industry at 1.7. So that proves that people who is willing to stay for a longer period of time, the tendencies are they're looking for an alternative accommodation because they need the kitchen, the living room, and all sort. 65% still dominated by domestic user, and 35% is on foreign. And our team consists of 3 founders, Henry, Christina, and myself as the COO. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Christie, and Travelio.com. Let's go to the judges.
I have also one that is true question. First, is it available also for people who want to rent their apartment only for a week or 2 weeks when they're abroad? And how do you convince me to do it with you and not with Airbnb or other company? Because there are quite some company in the market, I think.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we do daily, weekly, and monthly. So yes, you can stay from 1 day to up to a month. And why do you choose Travelio, not Airbnb? Actually, we offer a managed service, while Airbnb is listing only, while you will be communicating with individual hosts. So you will have to develop trust between yourself and the host that you will be staying at. While with us, you will be dealing with a company. So we offer you a guaranteed standardized hotel service by Travelio Property Management, so which is the fresh linen and the amenities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. The travel space is heating up, but it's nice to feel home when you're away. Next up is Kimiko Motoyama from BackTech.
Hi, we're a company operated by Kyoto University School of Medicine, and we have developed an application called Pocket Therapist to target lower back pain and increase productivity at work. Lower back pain is known as a national disease in Japan because 8 out of 10 people will develop it in their lifetime. And this presentation is about how our product will solve that problem. As you can see from the slide, a company loses about $268,000 a year per 100 workers due to presenteeism, which means that workers show up to work, but they can't perform their best because of a health issue or an absenteeism from a health issue. And 61% of this cause is back pain, which is the #1 reason. 60% of the diagnosis people receive from a health institution is unknown because x-rays look fine and physical checkup look normal. And a lot of the institutions don't have the correct knowledge to treat this problem. And the recent popular Japanese word karoshi, which means death from overwork, suggests that people don't have time to go see a specialist. And also with the urbanization, people are moving from smaller area to bigger places. People are having to travel far to go see a specialist, but with a back pain problem, it's very difficult. And while all this is happening, companies are losing more and more money because the workers are losing their productivity because of the pain. The causes of the lower back pain, there's a physical cause and a psychological cause. And the psychological issue has been proven by the evidence that there's a difference in brain activity from a chronic back pain patients and with a normal subjects. And the evidence shows that there's an abnormal brain chemistry with the chronic back pain patients. And without treating this abnormal brain chemistry, only 5.3% will recover and 60% will relapse within the next 12 months. And our Pocket Therapist application will solve that problem. It is evidence-based, and you can talk to your national therapist anywhere, anytime. And basically, you can talk to our application through a chat system, and our therapists are well-trained, and we provide them with the correct knowledge and to target this abnormal brain chemistry. And companies will also receive a monthly data analysis to see how their workers are doing and the advice on how to increase their productivity based on their health situation. This is the data that we collected from a company who has used our product for 1 month. And on the scale of 1 to 100, and 100 being the worst, we saw a very good positive effect in just 1 month. And this was equivalent to taking the painkiller for the same amount of month. Also, we saw an increase in productivity by 9.8%. This means that for every 1,500 workers, company will be saving about $4 million every year. Currently, we have 7 companies under contract, and we're making $90,000 a month. And right now, we're in talks with 28 more, and if we can get 100% of those companies, we will be making $545,000 a month. This includes East Japanese Railways. Our strength is, well, we have several, but it's evidence-based, which means that it is proven to be effective, and it has also been approved by the government of Japan, Ministry of Health and Welfare, and we also have doctor supervision from Kyoto and Tokyo University. Our CEO is a researcher and a PhD, and he has an extensive knowledge in the medical field. Our IT leader has been in the prestigious company for 10 years, and he has an extensive knowledge in the IT field as well as the marketing company. I have just become an engineer, and I'm working towards becoming a CTO. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kimiko. And BackTech.
I'm allowed to ask one question. I have 100. So it's hard. But can you explain who's the client? Is the company the client? Is the individual the client? And who's paying what if you have like 7 clients, 35? What was the monthly?
$90,000, right now, $90,000 a month.
Who's paying that?
Oh, the companies. The company, it's a B2B model.
Do you build them like per head? I keep asking until you stop me, okay?
It's a B2B model, and basically we have 3 main clients, and so we have end users who actually uses our product with a chronic back pain problem, and the people who actually use the products are the ones that work at a company, and the company wants to increase productivity and save money. So they will be paying us. The company will be paying us. And also, the company will be paying us, but then also we have more clients, health insurance companies, who will be paying insurance fees for the workers. They will also be paying, either one of them will be paying for the product.
But is the fact that these Japanese companies, or at least your clients, impose too much pressure on their employees, which causes the back pain, and now they're giving them more homework? It feels like it's no fun to work on your back pain in this case. So I'm trying to figure out what is it not like bringing more pressure to the people that actually have this problem?
How would it be more
Well,
pressure?
because it's the company that is saying, you have to move more, or you have to do this or that, because they're paying for it. It's your client.
Right, well, the company doesn't do any pressure. They just pay us, and then we give them advice on how we can make their employees healthier by attacking those problems. Does that answer your question?
We'll have to take it out at the after party. That's it for our questions. Thank you very much, Kimiko and BackTech. All of us will suffer from back pain probably at some point, so hopefully this can help us get back to work sooner. Next up, we have Eric Kim from DOT. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eric, CEO of DOT. In the world, there are more than 285 million visually impaired people living. And more than 90% of them becoming blind after 20s. And they're facing hardships in everything. With our invention, they can overcome and they can enhance their life's possibilities. Let me introduce the world's first HackOsaka watch. Dot watch. This was our teaser launching video in China. We are starting in China at March. 3 years ago, I met one blind woman when I did volunteering work. At the time, she was reading gigantic Braille book, and I realized that Braille Bible becomes 22 times bigger than normal books. And all the devices are only just in concept. No one actually mass-produced. And what available in the market looks like this bulky machine, and it only consumed by a government. The market size is about $50 million, and that device costs more than $5,000. For 20 years, no one actually changed it. So we established the DOT to actually change this problem. So we made a solutions that decreases size more than 90% of the cost and size of the existing technology with 30 patents. So we created this masterpiece DOT watch. And we are mass production ready. It's already automated process. We are actually producing it right now. On the DOT watch, what you can do is incredible. You can check your line messages, SMS, you can even get the call. It's like an Apple Watch for the blind people. We put a lot of efforts in design. And it only costs less than $359. We got a lot of design award because of our design work, and Stevie Wonder purchased it recently. We've been featured in more than 1,000 worldwide media, and we are dealing with more than 20 countries right now. We got more than 90,000 pre-orders, and we plan to ship 30,000 of them this year. That worth $10 million of the dollars. We started sales in the US right now, in China, Japan really soon. That's why I'm here. But we are not stopped here. We want to create more innovations. So with our technology, we can make the first iPad for the blind people. It can display graphics. It was not possible until now. And we believe this will change the life of the blind people and education of them. We are working with Google to develop this device. And this is the prototype. Recently we made it. Korean students, blind students in Korea, are studying with it right now. And we got a question from India. We have 10 million blind people. And can you make more affordable device? So we said yes. We can just use our technology to make like a Kindle. We call it Dot Mini for education. It only costs $200, and we believe more than million units in 2 years, it will be consumed by Indian governments. And next project, our biggest project is called Dot Public. Right now, everyone talking about smart cities, but no one actually focuses on the disabled people. It's not accessible all the time. For example, like Osaka Station, it's not accessible. So we created the solutions exclusively for this. And recently, Dubai governments want to make a smart city. And we put our effort on it. We made the first, most accessible kiosk exclusive for them. Sign languages are up there, and our Braille sign is up there, so blind people, deaf people, elderly people can access it. And with our invention, with our technology, navigation block for the disabled people become active, so that blind people can know exactly where they need to go. And this technology is very helpful for elderly people and even foreigners. We already put our first dot kiosk in Pyeongchang Olympics, and we expect to put it in Tokyo Olympics too. This technology can go anywhere that needs equality. Our market is equality, not demand. It also goes with the law. 3 years ago, Japan registered a law that help disabled people. That will go with the law. So we are changing their lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric and Dot. Let's go over to the judges for your question.
It's okay now, right? Well, so I think this is the world first Braille device, right? And then, but when you make something for the first time and you don't have any market and you really do not know if you can sell this device or not, why did you decide, or how did you get the conviction of going into this market? What kind of test marketing or what kind of research did you do?
Well, I had 3 software startups when I was studying the University of Washington, and it was all like trendy startups. And I realized that like the passions comes from like real demand and life-changing products. So I realized this market and the problems. For 20 years, no one actually mass-produced it. Like universities and research firms did a lot of work to make an idea, but no one actually become an Uber, no one actually become an Airbnb in this market. This market is extremely niche market. It's kind of small, but it's more than 280 million people live there. So we plan to ship like 30,000 units this year, and that's only 0.0003% of the market that we are going into, the 9 countries. So I think there should be a lot of startups need to evolve like in this field that actually change the life of the people, not just like, big market. This is a market that startup can survive also.
Okay, thank you very much, Eric and Dot. The Paralympics are also coming to Tokyo in 2020, so we hope we can see your technology there. Next up, we have Sergey Shayakhmetov from protectiq.
Minasan konnichiwa. Hajimashite, Shayakhmetov Sergey Tomoshimasu. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sergey Shayakhmetov. I'm the CEO of protectiq, the world's first peer-to-peer critical illness insurance platform, specifically designed for the bottom of pyramid. 60% of cancer cases occur in the developing world where the cost of effective care is outside of the reach of millions. I traveled a lot from Brazil to Cambodia and everywhere because I'm sure I'm asked local people, what you will do if you got a cancer? And they answer, nothing, I'm just going to die. Well, conventional insurance policies are expensive, have complex conditions to join, the claim process is dangerous slow. I think we must resolve it. So we decided to use the share economy model to make it simple and cheap to join. protectiq takes just a small fixed fee for the operating peer-to-peer insurance fund. A member can enroll as little as $20 per year, which is 30 times cheaper than conventional policies. We take full control of policy and response workflow by using blockchain. The diagnosis confirmed by independent oncology consultants immediately triggers payment from blockchain to the relevant clinic or logistic providers. By employing blockchain, we provide transparency and trust for all parties, minimize risk of fraud, and ensure fastest possible treatment response time. The blockchain will hold the membership's annual subscription in smart contract and the identity of each member. For individual clients, main sales channels will be through the internet or via mobile operators or banking applications. And we focus it on the corporate clients, targeting oil and gas and mining and transport companies with low qualified workforce. At protectiq, we want to reach everyone, and we realize that even $20 per year is beyond the budget of many people on the lowest rung of the ladder. So our first step will to implement charitable insurance. With blockchain transparency, donors can confirm identity of recipients as well. We see the bright future of protectiq, given the unique position bridging the gap between medical tourism and health insurance. So its social good is based on the key Buddhist principle to be kind to all living creatures in the world. Plus to that, we have a strong business model based on best-in-class insurance statistics. What we have achieved, we have a partnership with the Sberbank Life Insurance, with Russian Healthcare Ministry, and we have negotiations with some biggest companies in the world. It's how our MVP looks like. What I want to add that it's just a first step of our ecosystem, and we want to add additional medical products and insurance products. As you can see, the team behind me have decades of experience in insurance, developing work, new ventures, IT, and blockchain. But what unites us is a single desire to change the lives of billions of people worldwide, and with your support, we will. Thank you very much, and we'll have a short video.
Every year, over 14 million people in the world are diagnosed with cancer. Out of them, 8 million come from Africa, Asia, India, Middle East, CIS, and other developing countries, where most people still suffer from the lack of oncological treatments. They used to be doomed, men, women, children, but now there is hope. Introducing protectiq, a peer-to-peer blockchain insurance platform that makes the treatment of oncological diseases affordable for millions of people from the developing world. The share economy approach makes people unite in order to save each other's lives. Blockchain technology ensures complete transparency and trust. protectiq takes a fixed operating fee and is not interested in excess profits. Thanks to this, the participants pay only small annual premiums, starting from $20, which is many times less than the cost of a regular critical illness insurance products with the same level of coverage. This contribution can be paid by an employer or charity funds. The insurance cover is up to $35,000 US, an amount sufficient to treat most oncological diseases. The diagnosis is confirmed by an independent consortium of doctors and by artificial intelligence in the future. After that, an optimal clinic is chosen for the patient in one of our destination countries. We will organize all treatment and rehabilitation, including travel to and from the clinic. protectiq is just the first step to build P2P insurance and healthcare ecosystems for developing countries, the most promising project of digital insurance of the near future. Join us. protectiq. Assurance should be affordable for everyone. Let's make it happen together.
Okay, let's hand it over to the judges for your question.
Cool stuff. Can you explain the economics behind it? So I get $20, $35,000. So if you can explain how that actually P2P element comes in here, interacts with the insurance company.
Actually, we base it on the classical statistic methods. So in average case occurs for the 1,000 to 3,000 people. So we're collecting $20, multiply for 3,000, and so we can then share all this money for one case. So it's the same economics like a normal insurance, but we not split excess money for using, and also we reduce a little fraud and less operation costs.
All right, that's our one question. Thank you very much, Sergey and protectiq. There's so many great ways to use blockchain besides Bitcoin. It's nice to see some other technology. Next, let's go to Iris Hermon, our last speaker with Carbyne. Thank you. Let's welcome her.
Hi, everyone. My name is Iris. I'm the VP Marketing for Carbyne. Carbyne is a real-time emergency communication platform. We were established a little over 4 years ago in order to change the way people communicate with emergency services. It actually all started with a real true story. Our founder and CEO, Amir Alichai, was robbed in the middle of a beach in Tel Aviv. So he called the police and they started asking him so many questions, a protocol of questions. Where are you exactly? What happened? What do you see around you? 5 minutes passed by and he's still on the phone with them. So he thought to himself, how is it possible that in today's 21st century, when you can get anything and everything through your location with a click of a button, how is it possible that you can't take care of your own safety? That's how Carbyne was born. The public safety industry is actually a very, very old-fashioned industry. It hasn't been touched in decades. The truth is that if you call an emergency center today, you can find yourself talking to them. An average call will be around three and a half or 4 minutes. There is no location, obviously, and most of the time you're indoors. There is no visual because you're calling on your phone. There is no prioritization. It's first in, first out. And there are about between 60 and 80% of false calls entering a call center, so an emergency center. Can you imagine how many minutes are passing by with irrelevant calls while people with emergency on the other line are waiting? The calls, most of the calls are on TDM lines, and there is no, and our calls are IP. So we realized that really we need to take this industry and digitalize it and take it to the next level. So that's what Carbyne developed, a full ecosystem end to end, from the end users through a strong infrastructure, all the way to the home center, to the emergency centers, providing each and every one with solutions to support and enjoy our technology. So the end user, what does he have? With our technology, you can call an emergency center, a regular call, and we will be able to transform this regular call into a Carbyne call and automatically turn your report with a live video streaming and your exact location so we know what's going on. If you're an end user, you can also call a report through our mobile app. You just press and you select a responder and automatically live video streaming is starting. We have other additional smart devices, smart homes. We are trying to create more channels for the end users to report directly to the home centers, to the emergency centers. Now, on the other side, we provide products for the emergency centers to collect this rich data from the people. We have the See Events platform. This is what they see. They have an option to see all reports entering the system at any given time. They have the option to prioritize. So if there's a real emergency going on, they will push it and take care of it, create a much more efficient operation inside their emergency center. This is what the call taker sees once you make a report. He sees exactly who you are, your full profile, where's your exact location. He gets a full live video of the event while you're reporting. So we're not talking about 3.5, 4 minutes anymore. We're talking about 40, 50 seconds. This is time that can actually help save lives. Our C Reports is our CRM platform. We have an SDK. We developed the option for people to implement our technology into their own, whether it's apps or other products, to allow people to enjoy this safety button. And today, we started exactly a year ago to operate our technology all over. We have pilots all over, pilot systems all over the world. We are live in Israel. We are live in Europe. The city of Nice is the last city that just took our services. We're very proud of that. We have great results from the last year. We're cutting down on false calls. We're cutting down on dispatch time. We are here to change the way and shape the future of public safety. We touch people at their most vulnerable moment when they need help, and I can tell you truly that we are here to help save lives, and we do it each and every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Iris and Carbyne. Let's go to your final question of the day.
just for because I'm very curious. Because sometimes when we see the government reaction to emergency, sometimes disclosing all the information, right time information, might not be the best solution. Sometimes we need to manage the information that we disclose. So how would you react to that?
I can promise you the entire privacy issue is very, very delicate, and whatever information is revealed is between the person reporting and the emergency center. This is nothing used before. We definitely don't take this information. We don't hold it. It's something that is between them. And you know what? Information is the key factor here. The more information you have, the better you can act, the more accurate you can give help, and it costs on time. And what can we do? Information is everything these days.
Thank you.
All right, let's thank our final speaker with a warm round of applause. 70% reduction in false calls. It's a great example of how technology is literally saving lives right now. So now our judges have some important decision-making to do. So we're going to give them some time to think. We also have done a world first right now. Our pitch competition has not only ended on time, we've ended a little early, thanks for our one-question rule. So we're going to take a little break. We have our next talk coming up at 5:25 p.m., so you guys got about 25 minutes or so to take some time off, and that'll give our judges plenty of time to discuss and make their difficult decisions. So please come back. Next session will start at 5:25 p.m. Thank you.
Hey, 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 how exciting! We've reached this point of the day.
I'm excited.
I'm excited
Are you
too.
guys excited?
Are you?
Come on, a little more, a little more.
Exactly,
This
we need some
is
energy.
what we've been waiting for.
I know, the grand prizes. Oh my
Prizes.
goodness, yes,
Who
the
doesn't
award
love
ceremony.
prizes?
Who doesn't like prizes? We love prizes. So yes, HackOsaka 2018, we finally reached this point. So we'd like to announce the prize winners. Are you ready? You've got everybody's name?
I'm ready. I got
You ready?
the top secret document right here.
I know, he's got bodyguards outside there, I tell you, really. So we're going to start with the bronze.
The bronze
We're going to start with the Bronze Award. And so the winner of the Bronze Award will receive a travel ticket certificate to the value of 100,000 yen. Okay, fantastic. Have you got the name? Oh, we need a drum
I'm
roll.
ready,
Drum
but
roll.
yeah, I need something.
Drum roll. Drum
Come
roll.
on now. All right, our bronze prize winner goes to Iris Hermon from Carbyne.
Woo!
Please come up on stage.
Congratulations. Congratulations, well done. I'm going to shift over here.
Let's keep the applause going. Keep the energy.
Fantastic.
And one more. Don't collect your travel.
Yes, don't go without that, or
You
I'll
can't
take
come
it.
back without it.
Yes, yeah.
All right. If we could step back over there, we're going to take a picture afterwards
Yeah,
with
we are.
everyone. So we're going to bring them up.
Yep, okay.
Actually,
Ready?
Diane.
Yes, sir.
Today has been a special, special moment. It's been so close that today we have 2 bronze prizes.
2 bronze prize winners.
2 bronze prize
That
winners.
never
and
happens.
the next one is Haruumi Shiode from Nature Remo. Please come up on stage.
Fantastic.
Take that jacket off so we can see your company shirt. So Haruumi is already in Japan, so unfortunately we don't have a trophy today, but we're going to make sure you get a trophy later. We're going to be hand-delivered to you. So
With
let's
a
give him a
balloon
big
hat.
round of applause. Thank
Get
you.
a
How
balloon
about a
hat,
hearty
too.
handshake?
Congratulations. Fantastic.
And we can take a shared photo. Can we
For the
get a
photo,
shared
look at
photo?
that.
Teamwork.
It's like the
HackOsaka
Olympics.
International, bringing everyone together.
Exactly. It's like we have our own Olympics here
It's
today.
beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. That makes me
Speaking
happy.
of Olympics,
So good. Yeah.
silver.
Yeah. Silver, there we go. Yes, I almost forgot. Look, so excited. Okay, so our silver prize winner will receive a travel ticket certificate for 200,000 yen. 200,000.
Ooh,
okay.
that's right. Ooh.
Woohoo. Are you ready?
I
We
need
a drum
I need
roll.
inspiration.
Yeah, we need a drum roll.
Let's go. Drum roll, please. Our silver prize winner is Tania Suares from Eye Control. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Fantastic. Don't forget.
No, come on.
Yes.
You guys got to get your travels.
Anything you don't take now goes in my pocket. So there you go. Be careful. Congratulations. Oh,
Okay.
this brings us up to a very exciting moment.
Do we need a commercial break?
I think we can just go right through.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Don't break it up. All righty. So our gold prize winner will receive a travel ticket certificate for 300,000 yen.
It's
Where
a
should
good
we go?
time.
It is. Okay, we need a drum roll. once
Drum
more.
roll, please. Our gold prize winner for HackOsaka 2018. Keep the drum roll going. Is Eric Kim from DOT. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Eric and DOT. Collect your trophy.
Fantastic. Nice.
Travel,
Fabulous.
travel,
Yes,
travel,
don't forget.
travel.
I told you where that's going to go. Yes. Okay, so a huge thank you to everybody for their fantastic pictures. Perfect. And congratulations to all your winners. And there are no losers. Everybody's a winner. So you had a chance up on the stage. It was fantastic to see all the presentations.
Let's get another round of applause for all of our
All of our
participants.
winners. Yes, exactly. Okay, and it brings us almost to the end, but not quite, because we do want to take some photographs.
Capture the moment.
Capture the moment. So we're going to have everybody come up on the stage. We're going to have presenters, speakers, and judges.
What about the audience?
I don't know if we're going to fit. Yeah,
Okay.
We'll do that later. Yeah. So everybody, are you okay? Fix your makeup and all good. All good. Okay. So everybody who has been involved there, thank you. As I say, we're going to have the presenters, speakers, and judges up on stage.
All right, this is also your Kodak moment. If you guys would like to grab a
So
photo,
yes.
please come up.
I don't know, will you fit in one line? I'm not sure. Shall we nip over this side?
Our official photographer.
Yeah? 2 rows.
Winners up front.
Winners at the front. And the people behind, bunny rabbits. No, don't do it.
With my hair, they won't.
Yep.
Some of the presenters on this side.
Yep.
Competitors all up in front. Winners in the middle.
The shot. Look at that. Look at
It's okay to come forward and grab that photo if you'd like. Also a good time to get a nice shot of the HackOsaka sign.
I know.
Been compared to the Hollywood sign, I've heard.
Oh, it's very, very similar.
Yes, it used to
very
be
similar.
on the Hitachi Tower.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you're not behind the H. Are you okay? Maybe are you okay?
We're waiting for our official photographer.
Yep.
He's there.
Everybody there? Oh, oh, me?
You're official.
Everybody ready? Yes? Wait a minute,
Wait,
sorry.
here we go, yes! Okay, can we smile now?
Anybody else coming up?
All right,
Okay.
we're ready to smile, everyone. Go!
Yay!